You're in college, far away from home, and instead of binge-watching Netflix or posting motivational quotes on Instagram, you decide to create life. Yes, life. You skip all the boring stuff like dating, family dinners, and even sleep because you have one big obsession to become the ultimate creator. Sounds inspiring, right? Wrong, because what happens next is something straight out of a nightmare. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of one young man whose passion for knowledge went beyond the limits of what nature or society ever intended. And trust me, it didn't end well. Our story begins with a young man, let's call him Victor, who decides that the ordinary joys of life are just too ordinary. While everyone else is enjoying the company of friends, spending time with family, and maybe taking walks to clear their heads, Victor, no, he's got bigger plans. He wants to crack the ultimate mystery, life itself. So he leaves home, kisses normalcy goodbye, and dives deep into the sciences. He starts reading everything: chemistry, biology, anatomy, you name it. He's like that guy who thinks reading one self-help book will make him a millionaire, but on steroids. Victor becomes obsessed, not mildly curious, not just passionate, obsessed. In fact, as Mary Shelley puts it,
"Learn from me, if not by my precepts, at least by my example, how dangerous is the acquirement of knowledge, and how much happier that man is who believes his native town to be the world, than he who aspires to become greater than his nature will allow."
But does Victor listen to his own inner warnings? Nope. He's too busy stitching things together in his secret lab. And what does he want to create? A human. Yes, he's going full on. Let's play God. Now let's pause here for a second. You'd think if someone is creating a human being, they'd take their time, maybe focus on beauty, give the creature some symmetry, some elegance, maybe even good hair. But no, Victor doesn't care about aesthetics. He works like a maniac, day and night, until finally, it's alive. And here's the thing. Instead of looking like a model, this creature is so terrifying that Victor, our genius inventor, takes one look and says, "Nope, hard pass, I'm out." He literally abandons his own creation. Talk about bad parenting. And what does the creature do? Well, let's just say he's not happy about being ghosted by his dad 5 seconds after being born. He was created to be loved, but when that love never comes, things start going downhill fast. The creature, who begins as gentle and innocent, slowly becomes bitter and murderous. Yes, folks, this is what happens when you don't show affection. Parenting tip number 1, don't abandon your kids at birth. Victor's decision to run away sets off a chain of tragedies that no one could have predicted. Well, except Mary Shelley, who wrote it all down for us. The creature, feeling rejected, decides it's revenge time. If he can't have happiness, neither can Victor. And so begins a bloody path of destruction, ending in one tragedy after another. By this point, you're probably thinking, well, this is fiction. Surely no one thought it was actually possible back then to create life. And you'd be right. Even Mary Shelley admitted in her preface,
"The event on which this fiction is founded has been supposed by Dr. Darwin and some of the physiological writers of Germany as not of impossible occurrence. I shall not be supposed as according to the remotest degree of serious faith to such an imagination, yet in assuming it as the basis of a work of fancy."
In other words, Mary didn't believe this could happen, but it made for a great thought experiment. Now, the tragedy doesn't stop with Victor and his creature. There's another character worth mentioning, Justine Moritz, a sweet and innocent servant in Victor's household. Unfortunately, she becomes an easy scapegoat for one of the creature's crimes. She's accused of murder, and despite everyone knowing deep down she's innocent, no one stands up for her. The mob mentality kicks in, and Justine is executed. This scene reveals something deeply disturbing: human wickedness. We despise killers, but when it's convenient, we kill with a clean conscience. Victor, racked with guilt, decides there's only one thing left to do: destroy the monster he created. But can you really undo the consequences of your actions? Nope. The creature is stronger, smarter, and full of rage. The chase takes Victor to the ends of the earth, literally. He becomes like a man possessed, consumed by the same obsession that started all this mess. And what's the final outcome? Death, suffering, isolation. Both creator and creation end up in despair. The creature, like a fallen angel, disappears into the frozen wilderness, leaving us with one haunting truth. Once you play God, you can't unplay him. As the Bible says, "Woe to the earth and the sea, because the devil has gone down to you. He is filled with fury because he knows that his time is short." Revelation 12:12. And in this story, that devil is man's own ambition. If you haven't guessed it by now, this dark, chilling tale comes from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, first published in 1818 and still haunting our imaginations today. Yes, that Frankenstein. And by the way, the monster doesn't have a name. Frankenstein is the scientist, not the creature, just a little myth-busting for you. This was the last book I read in 2013, and honestly, it left me thinking, is it wrong to pursue knowledge at all costs? Is moderation really the key? Shelley seems to say yes. According to her,
a human being in perfection ought always to preserve a calm and peaceful mind, and never to allow passion or a transitory desire to disturb his tranquility. If the study to which you apply yourself has a tendency to weaken your affections, then that study is certainly unlawful.
That's a powerful statement. And it makes sense, doesn't it? Today, we live in an age where science has achieved miracles, curing diseases, exploring space, but also unleashed horrors, nuclear weapons, cloning debates, and genetic engineering. We have Dolly the sheep, we have CRISPR, and Frankenstein is no longer pure fantasy. Mary Shelley saw this coming in her own way. Her warning was simple. If your ambition isolates you from love, family, and simple pleasures, then it's no longer noble, it's dangerous. The central theme here is the danger of unchecked ambition. It's not just about science, it's about anything that consumes you so much that you lose touch with humanity. Mary Shelley contrasts knowledge with morality, progress with responsibility. Another theme is man's inability to play God successfully. The creature symbolizes what happens when creation lacks compassion. Power without responsibility, that's a disaster waiting to happen. There's also the question of isolation and rejection. Both Victor and the creature suffer because of their inability to connect, and in the end, it leads to destruction. Finally, there's this eternal tension between moderation and excess. Shelley advocates moderation, but Alexander Pope, in his poem An Essay on Criticism, famously said, "A little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep, or taste not the Pierian spring." So, who's right? Pope says go all in, Shelley says slow down. Maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein when she was just 18 years old, during a summer in Switzerland with her future husband, the poet Percy Bysshe Shelley, and Lord Byron. The idea came from a ghost story challenge. Imagine being a teenager and coming up with a story that would define science fiction and Gothic literature for centuries. That's genius. So what do you think? Should humanity keep pushing boundaries even if it means playing God? Or should we pull back before we create our own monsters? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe for more classic literature deep dives, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in diving deeper into this book, I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.